What's good, these shows right here, the most woke, no joking, I'm back at it again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a Bo-Berry Biscuit. I did not expect a triple upload today. I did not expect a triple upload, man. The news just keeps coming, and when it comes to Panthers news, it's always inconsistent. It's like, for like 3 to 4 days straight, there'll be no news, and then one day there's like a bunch of news, a bunch of tweets, a bunch of just updates from the Panthers, and this is one of those days. So if you haven't watched my other videos today about Shaq Thompson, about Jesse Bates coming to visit, check those out. But let's go ahead and go straight down to PIP right now. Look at this tweet from Josh Katzinstein. I butchered that probably, but I don't do these videos because I'm good at talking good. But basically he said Panthers offensive coordinator Norv Turner and wide receiver coach Lance Taylor have been talking to LSU wide receiver DJ Chark here at Pro Day. Now you should know that Josh is he's a beat writer for the Saints, so he has some kind of interest in this story. But DJ Chark is definitely someone that's been on people's big boards. Like, is he going to be a solid receiver? And will he translate over to the NFL pretty well? I don't know much about him. I've only seen his highlights. I don't know much about him coming into the draft and into free agency, and also coming into this season. I gotta check him out. But let's look at his combine numbers. This is his stats. Here's his combine numbers. So he's 6'3", about what is he? He's like 195, I'm pretty sure. What's his weight? Yeah, 190. So 6'3", about 190. For a big receiver, that's not that heavy. That's the biggest thing I see. Oh, 200. He's 200. My fault. He's 200 pounds. I feel like I wanted to be a little bit bigger for some reason, but he ran a 4.3 40, 16 reps in the bench press, and that's not too bad. 40 inches on the vertical, which is really good. 129 on the broad. I'm not sure how good that is, to be honest with you, but I think it's worth noting. Basically what he is, he's a tall, fast receiver who can light you up with speed. I mean, he doesn't have that many routes. Apparently, basically what he is he has good size, good speed. He can trick you with his double move. They said that his first step of his double move is always deceptive, and if you're not like an elite top tier corner or safety, you're gonna get fooled with that double move. But they're saying that most of his abilities are just in a few routes. If he can't get you into a breaking route deep, or it's a fade, then he's probably not gonna do much against you. Like an inside breaking route, like a slant or an in, or even like a quick out is not gonna really get the defense to bite on his cuts. But yeah, like I said, his weaknesses are he has a frame too small for press covers, for press corners. He can't hand fight. The man's just not strong. That's what it is. I mean, he has 16 reps on the bench, which is better than some linebackers, better than some running backs. But they're saying he's not strong, like James Winston would say. He ain't eating them W's when it comes to strength. Now he says he needs to improve his setup and finesse when looking to uncover. Not effective versus a hand fighter. Needs to improve upper body strength. Ball tracking is uneven and has tendency to slow feet when tracking deep balls, and will make adjustments too late. So he can't really read the ball in the air, and that's a big tough issue for us because we need someone who can do all that stuff. Because Cam, I'll admit, man, we haven't given Cam a lot of weapons in his career, but Cam's not the exact most precision accurate thrower deep down the field. Yeah, that was evident with when we had KB and he was throwing fades, like he throwing back shoulder fades, but they would like float to the inside of the field sometimes. So I don't know how I feel about this guy who really can't track the ball and has trouble with a lot of different routes. If you have a limited route tree, it's gonna be kind of hard for us to like just keep throwing him out on a fade route. Even though with his speed and with the routes he can do, he makes the safeties and corners back up. He makes them back up. Let's look at his stats though. Let's just do his senior year. His junior year, he had 26 receptions for 466 yards for 3 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground, which is not too bad. It's also you should note that his freshman year, or his sophomore year really, his first year playing, he had 1 rushing attempt for 79 yards on an end around. That's pretty good, especially playing for LSU. But his senior year with LSU, he had 40 receptions for 874 yards, 3 touchdowns again, 1 on the ground. So a total of 10 touchdowns in his whole career at LSU doesn't really get me too hyped, and only 1,300 yards in his whole career there. I mean, doesn't LSU run a lot? I don't watch a lot of SEC college football. I just can't stand watching the SEC, to be real with you. So I don't really know too much about what he did, about what their scheme was. I know about what he did from his highlights and whatnot, but I don't know much about their scheme. But 1,300 yards in the 3 years he was there, but really the 2 years he played, averaging less than 700 yards per year. I'm not 100% sure about how I feel about that, but that's not too terrible. He also returned a few punts and kicks for them his senior year, 2 touchdowns on punt returns, and none on kick returns. He only returned 1 kickoff return. But yeah, not too impressive, to be real with you. Not too impressive, to be real with you. I mean, DJ Chark, he seems like a project player. He's a big guy who you can mold into being probably one of the top receivers of this draft, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it right now. They don't even have a projection of what. Oh, a round 2 projection? Nah. If he's round 2 material, then I'd rather get a DB. I'm not gonna risk a first round draft pick on this man. And really, if it's gonna be like all that, I'd rather just get DJ Moore. Give me Calvin Ridley in the first or something. I don't think I really want this DJ Chark guy. He seems cool, but the last thing we need right now is another project at wide receiver. Y'all know this. We don't need another project wide receiver. We have way too many we need someone we can count on. We don't need someone we have to work on with 3 different things: getting strong, running routes, and being able to read the ball in the air. We need someone who has enough already in their wheelhouse, in their skills, that they can just come in, learn how to be an NFL. Because the thing is, one of the biggest things was in his strength. It said he where was it? There was something here that I forgot what it said, but basically it was saying that he depended more on speed and athleticism, being better, being faster, and just being a better athlete than the other people in college to get work done. And that's what a lot of people do in college. When you're in college, when you're one of the top players, you can beat people off of just being athletic, being a freak. But in the NFL, everyone's an athlete. Everyone's a top-tier athlete, and people are smarter than you. There are people who are 8 years older than you who are smarter than you that know what you're going to do before you do. So you can't just get past on just athleticism unless you're like a Randy Moss type, T.O. type, you feel me? So, or Calvin Johnson type. Chark's not built like that, you feel me? So, it's a hard pass for me on DJ Chark. He seems like he could be a really good guy in the future, but like I said, we don't need a project. We need a guy who can come in right now, learn a few things, but basically be pretty much there already for us. But I know a lot of y'all like DJ Chark, so let me know how y'all feel about him in the comments below. You already know it, hit that like button. I got a button right here for subscribe. A button right here for you to watch more videos. Namaste. Back sooner than you think.